started going through the spreadsheet during the credits. Yeah, that was good. And has some ideas for like the characters and themes bit. Yeah, this one definitely had a lot more to work with. I mean, the other one was good, but this one had like more time for like the characters, you know. They definitely got more of a sense of all of that. And before we start, I'm just gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay. We actually got a slightly new setup for this whole thing, which I'll reveal when we actually do the weekly recap. But yeah, so far it's worked pretty well.
Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Group runs through which happened business with grave seatbelt reasons.
Yep. On Sunday this time, because, yeah, I had to work yesterday. Yeah, I was actually at the same work length as usual, I just had to start earlier. And I had to do a lot of setup, like turning the lights on, lighting the fireplace, all that stuff. Yeah, they barely finished that before the first person showed up. Mind you, they were like an hour early, but that happens sometimes. That's why I clock in early. Just because I know every once in a while something like that happens. But yeah, it's a really busy week working from Tuesday to Saturday. Uh, Next week's a kind of a non-standard week because on Thursday, while I may not be working dinner, I'm working the annual board meeting. So, yeah, my aunt's bringing me to work with her that morning. Because, yeah, apparently I should be by the door about 9:30 in the morning. But yeah, the past week, very busy. Did a bit more holiday shopping. And actually, one thing I changed up for my setup is, so we were at Costco. Actually, I believe it was last Sunday. I was over there helping to, put the Christmas decorations up and everything. And we ended up going to Costco. And, so they actually had these Skull Candy wireless earbuds for $50. And it's like, on one hand, I did put a pair of wireless earbuds up on my wish list. On the other hand, those earbuds were like some, I think, Chinese brand. Like one of those kind of generic, they should be generally okay, but not like the best quality kind of thing off Amazon. Also, the brand that they had at Costco, apparently, I guess they didn't have it on Amazon. So it's like, you know what? These things advertise really good battery life, and I've been testing them out, and like, yeah, should get me about between 4 and 6 hours. That's really good. And the main thing is they have voice control. But yes, I've actually only been using the right earbud, but so far it's been working really well. And like there hasn't been any hassle in the setup with Discord, and like all the audio is actually passing through to it as opposed to the occasional thing just still playing through the TV or monitor or whatever. And yeah, so far really good. So yeah, I guess I'll be using that from now on. But other than that, uh, not much. I mean, okay, yeah, I haven't been eating much. I did a little bit of home cooking, but like, I was supposed to cook up some meatballs, but it's like Thursday, the meat was still somewhat frozen. Friday, um, okay, Friday was kind of all over the place. I was waiting for my aunt to show up to. No, wait. Friday was still frozen. Oh, yeah, Friday it was still frozen. Like, okay, I can do it the next day. Then Saturday rolls around, and I had to leave a bit earlier. So, as you may know, I mean, depends on where you live, but it's been kind of cold out, and one thing to know is that the cold weather really saps my energy levels. So, a combination of tired and waiting around for my aunt to show up to pick up a present to be shipped out, I was basically waiting around all the time because like I didn't want to get into something and then suddenly like, oh, I have to go do that, and long story short, I ended up saying like, okay, whatever. I'll just go to 7-Eleven for food, and then make myself some rice, because eating early, you might want to have something to munch on later on. The long story short, I didn't cook it today either, just because I woke up late and we were working around the house, and it's like, you know. On the plus side, we can actually walk in the living room now. Yeah, I finally got through all of the bagged fabric bags. I mean, bagged fabric. Yes, bagged fabric is bagged, yes. Uh, which leads up to right before the Discord call started. So it's about almost 8 o'clock. I was like, okay, so wait, what were we watching today? Like, oh, Arthur Christmas. Okay, wait, how long was that? Oh, crap. It's like 90 something minutes. Because it's been a while since we've done a feature length film. And like, and right as I read that, like, he calls me on Discord. It's like, oh crap, and I hadn't even gotten anything for dinner yet. So basically, I had to type of like, okay, be right back, getting food, and walked across the street to Safeway. Unfortunately, they didn't have any of the Chinese food out. Probably a little still too early for that, so I ended up getting like one of those banquet TV dinner things, the parm garlic chicken and potatoes. It was okay. Not the greatest thing, but it did what it had to. But yeah, that I also need to remember to pick up some more soda for podcast nights because I've just used the last major melon. I really wish they had the bottles in like the voltage flavor. Maybe they have it at some other store, but Safeway doesn't. It might be the major melon isn't that bad, but just not like in my top 3 flavors or anything. But yeah. Uh, like I said, we watched Arthur Christmas. That was pretty good. We'll get to that when we actually talk about the movie, but yeah, definitely go see it. Uh, right. But yeah, it's like, yeah, just work around the apartment. But we're going on break on that for tomorrow because tomorrow's my cousin's birthday. So I have no idea. So tomorrow will probably just be a chill day. Maybe we'll go somewhere for dinner or something. I don't know. Uh, and then back to work on Tuesday. Well, apartment work anyway. Yeah. Honestly, didn't really do much because, well, like I said, I've been at work. So yeah, unfortunately, no real time for gaming. Admittedly, it's like the time I have been having for gaming, I've been using for my mobile game to try to farm up the last couple of items I need for the current labyrinth session, because that's rolling over next Thursday. But yeah, I have like an automated script and everything, but kind of have to I can't have any other window on top of it, and it prefers to be on like the main window. So like, okay, yeah, I could like move the game screen over to the right monitor, but it's like, you know, I can't really record because every now and then it's like, it kind of jams. It's one of those scripts that use that's based on imagery. It's like, okay, if this image that you put there is their disposition or whatever, then click this button here. And I don't know why, but every now and then it breaks. But yeah, I'm rambling. Yeah, that was my week. So, what have you been up to?
Finishing up my stuff at the convention, along with which included a bit of an extra bonus, which I discovered. First day I was there. And thankfully that session we scheduled worked out nicely.
Okay.
Most of the week included unpacking and adjusting back to normal routines. Got the first of my this got first of several things on the list that I seasonally watch. The extra day yesterday, which thankfully was not a last minute type of thing. Was helpful as there was a concert and stream I could watch. Wednesday, I'm honestly surprised I managed to get through the weekend I missed a weekend I missed a weekend of things I missed on Peacock, and have time to spare in order to get things prepared for the show.
Yeah.
And thankfully I also managed to listen a lot more on the news sheet this week. Still, still not quite close to my likings, but at least I managed to get three specific areas covered.
Yeah.
Also worked on some new additions to the stream layouts for seasonal stuff.
Okay. Nice.
Some things will be borrowed, but they'll fit.
Yeah.
And I also remembered a couple of things that we forgot to mention from last week. Technically, isn't the technically isn't the first time they were technically wasn't the first time they worked on something felt based, as Where Rabbit was one of the Where Rabbit was one sample of something simulating fur.
Yeah.
Also the first time I've noticed the way this noticed an interesting way of how they spell human
Yeah.
from an official source. Last I think last current I can think of was fan animator. Thank you. That case, so it was an H double. It's an H double O, whereas in this case, it was WHO. Right. From whenever film recent time, whenever art and film recent times to another.
Yep.
Second time in computer animation. Although first time doing it. Not enough, not enough style we're familiar with, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah. Arthur Christmas. Like I said before, really good film. So, to give you a basic idea of the movie, so basically the role of Santa has basically been passed down on family from generation to generation. With, like, the current Santa, she's been doing the job for a while. And, yeah, so, actually, you actually start with, like, not a character, or Arthur. He's the guy who manages the mail. Like, reading the letters from children, writing replies, and at one shot I was like, how does he go to all the houses in a single night? Well, you see, it's through the power of his stand. Santa Claus is coming to town. With it, he's able to simultaneously appear in every house around the world simultaneously. I'm just joking. But yeah, JoJo references. Well, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, he actually has a elite squad of elves and a spaceship. So yeah, that's different. But yeah, so sent in a spaceship, that's definitely different. But yeah, the current Santa has, two kids. The older one, he's the idea guy. He's the one who, he is behind the whole spaceship thing. And then there's Arthur. Arthur is a bit clumsy. Doesn't always close the door behind him. He's just kind of there. But yeah, so yeah, but yeah, so over at the older of the two is named Steven. Ooh, voiced by Hugh Laurie. Nice. Anyway, yeah, he definitely was like, okay, after this year, I'm gonna be Santa. But then current Santa decides, like, you know what? Let's keep going. Even though, yeah, he's kind of getting on in the years, and yeah, he ain't as young as he used to be. But yeah, so turns out, so yeah, Christmas deliveries absolute success. Except later on that night, Christmas Eve, they notice, like, wait, there's still a present here. Oopsie, we missed one. And this is where I started seeing some character themes coming along. So, current Santa, Malcolm. Like I said, he's older. He's kind of coasting along. Like, he does the job, but it's like I said, he's just kind of breezing through. Steven, he's more in it like, okay, I'm gonna get that new title. I am climbing the corporate ladder. All about business. Arthur, on the other hand, is like, he's like the true believer that he loves the job, loves being there. And you kind of get this insight into how different people approach a job, And good. There's also Grand Santa, the Santa before Malcolm, which yeah, with him it's like he longs for the glory days and uh, like fighting for the good old times. So, partially it's like how people approach business, but also like different points in life. Arthur being the younger, more optimistic, loves what he does. Then you got Stephen, who climbing the ladder, trying to get like more in life. Then you get to Malcolm, who, yeah, he likes the job, but it's like he's not really putting his all into it anymore. And then you got the Grand Santa, the retired guy that's like, back in my day. Yeah, like with a feature-length film, there's more time to dive into like themes like that. And that's definitely one of the major ones I got from this one. But yeah, so President Button was left undelivered. So Malcolm's like, ooh, what do we do? I don't know. Steven's like, yeah, I mean, it's just one child. That's not even a whole percentage. Like, yeah, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Now, Arthur, on the other hand, is like, a child didn't get their present. We need to do something. Now, of course, Stephen, he's not having any of that. Like, we just finished up for the night. I'm not gonna have you risking my ship. Malcolm, like, he's like, Steven's probably right. I mean, eh. So yeah, Arthur, not feeling too great. It's like, he really looked up to them. Like, Malcolm in particular was like his role model. And here he is like, I mean, it's one child. That was mostly Stephen, but Malcolm kind of went along with it. But then Grand Santa is like, oh, you need to deliver a present, huh? Well, I just got the thing right here. And he pulls out the old sleigh. Santa getting back in the groove here, going to deliver presents. Have fun with that. Yeah, I know Arthur's coming too. Grand Santa's too old to do this alone. So they're off on their way with some reindeer, descendants of the originals. And yeah, Arthur, not really into this. Like, he doesn't like heights or high speeds. He's afraid of a lot of things, actually. But off they go. But yeah, how exactly to define the place? Well, don't worry. The site has a map there. Said map still has things like Atlantis on it. And yeah, someone tells me the map's not up to date. The fact that the fact that they ended up in Africa as opposed to England, yeah. Also, they're joined by an elf, Briony. Yeah, she's really good at gift wrapping. But thankfully, Briony also brought her kind of a phone, but really basically a phone. But it has GPS. Like, okay, insert the address and let's go. But okay, time to deliver the present. But yeah, at that point, I believe it's at that point that Arthur finds out that yeah, Grand Santa, he was in it to deliver the present. He was in it to, like, yeah, I get the picture of Santa going down the chimney. It's like, yeah, good old days. So yeah, that's not going good. So get to the place, and oh, so yeah, it turns out they did that thing where you insert an address and you select the first option. Yes, should have specified country. Whoops. So yeah, that okay, slight setback. They go on. At one point, they lose a couple reindeer, and they try to replace it. Like, oh, there's a reindeer, except it was part of a sign. And they actually wake the guy up, and he has a shotgun. And through a series of events, it's like, oh no, it's aliens. It's very silly. Yeah, that's a whole subplot that goes on that oh no, oh, aliens might be invading on Christmas, and they hate Santa. It's not like a major part of the plot. It's just kind of there. Yeah, but say, long story short, but trying to get there, but eventually they lose the sleigh in Cuba. And it is at this point that Arthur is done. It's like, clearly no one else seems to care, so why should he? Like, he is basically broken at this point. Like, the man he looked up to doesn't even seem to care. He's in a bed. He's not even worried. He's in his bed sleeping. Meanwhile, Grand Santa is like, doesn't care either, just wants to relive the glory days. And Steven, he, he doesn't care, he just wants the job. But eventually Arthur's like, you know what? They just want Santa to show up, to deliver the present. It doesn't matter who the Santa is. Like, as long as the gift gets delivered, because like, they're not gonna see which Santa it is. So okay, so time to go deliver that present. And going by boat. Not even a motorized boat. Just a rowing boat. Well, they're like 3,000 miles away. And about a half hour to go until the sun rises. Yeah. But it's pointed out that the reindeer, if left alone, I guess just keep going in a straight line. So eventually the sleigh wraps back around the world. So yeah, they get the sleigh back, and with the help of one last elderly reindeer, they get to just about the right area, except, oh hey, there's a jet. Oh hey, there's a jet with missiles. Oh no. So Grand Santa is like, you know what, this sleigh has done some good work, but it's time to finally retire. So Arthur goes out with a parachute, Rena goes out, and the reindeer and Grand Santa soon follow suit, and the sleigh is blown up. Yay, they've saved Christmas from the aliens! Meanwhile, well, all that's been going on. Yeah, Steven's like, it's like, I can't believe they took the old sleigh out. And Malcolm's like, oh, but like, he's still partly asleep. The elves over here, like, oh, hey, they forgot a child. And the whole, like, just a percent. Like, it's like not really a big deal. And it's like, oh, what? So this one child matters? What about this other child? Do they matter? Does any of them matter? And like, wow, they've shot the elf morale down way in the foot. Yeah, to the point where it's like, okay, so Stephen, Malcolm, Mrs. Claus, they take the share. Like, okay, we're gonna get this gift delivered. Except no one told the elves what they were doing, and they've abandoned us. Christmas is ruined forever. Ah! So yeah, they go to deliver the present, and okay, it got to this address, and hey, it's that house from earlier. Same address, but wrong country. So yeah, Arthur's almost there. But it's like over a mile away, so he unwraps the bike and starts pedaling. Now on the way there, Brienne starts wrapping the bike up again. Can't have an unwrapped gift. But, like, oh no, the sun's about to rise. But thankfully, the ship finally shows up to cover up the sunrise. Like, no, don't worry, it's still nighttime. Like, okay, it's time to deliver the present. And they all kind of converge in the house. and ended up having to hide for a bit because, like, oh hey, the child woke up and the family's getting up, but yeah, so Malcolm's like, it's been so busy that I guess really had time to like just wait and see a child open up their gift and see the joy on their face. And well, Stephen, he has the elves do all the work, so like he wouldn't be there anyway. But like Arthur, like I said, he truly has love for the job. Like he loves this work. So like, yeah, Malcolm was gonna give the job to Stephen, but maybe it's for the best to give it to someone who actually loves the job for the job and not just for the title. So Arthur is the new Santa, and as they get lifted up to the ship, Earl sees Arthur, covered in snow in a way that makes him look like he has a white beard, and the wind kind of blows his jacket in such a way that it kind of puffs up, so he looks kind of chubby. It's like, ah, and away he goes. And yeah, so Malcolm finally retires, having fun kicking back in the recliner with Grand Santa. Steven gets to keep doing his tech thing. Like he's like, let me check the movie. What did they say his title was? Let's see now. Epilogue. Uh, Executive COO, North Pole Operations. So yeah, he's like the what's the what is it? He's like the guy behind the scenes, like making sure everything's all set up. And Arthur's like the guy like on the scene, like doing like the main focus of work. He even gets like a nice leather chair with a built-in espresso machine. But yeah, it's like everyone is happy, and yeah, yeah, definitely. I thought like the main theme of it was like the themes I pointed out earlier. The whole as you grow older, you like you more into sorry. Like, I woke up at 12 and yet it's like I'm still kind of tired. Uh, but yeah, sometimes as you grow older, you grow more jaded and coast on like not really putting your all into it anymore until you pine for the glory days. And but yeah, it's like I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say, but yeah, like don't lose that love for the job unless it becomes a really bad job, in which case, yeah, but still, but yeah, really good movie. So, what are your thoughts on it?
Definitely left me with the same feeling that every good movie has.
Mhm.
Incorporation of the generation bit is certainly clever.
Yeah.
Almost like Kings of Old, as well as basically the whole family heirloom was a nice. Basically, the whole family heir thing is a nice touch.
Yeah.
One character for set. One character for one side of the whole syndicatoristics was certainly a nice.
Yeah.
Certainly something to work with. With either representing a shirt. Steve representing the technical side of things.
Yep.
Malcolm at this point in time being Image. Grand Santa being the nostalgic one.
Yeah, overall, nice film. Music was good. Voice acting was great.
Uh, Story's definitely unique for a Christmas film.
Yeah.
Forgot the person been at the chord. This is at some point. I like the fact that she was trying to keep everyone in line, basically.
Yeah.
Unlike some people, I wasn't as a little bit off by a certain character. A little bit off by a certain character. So trying to debunk, trying to debunk a few things I've heard.
Yeah, like, there isn't really any character. There's, like, there's no bad guys or anything. Not really. Like, the worst one's, like, maybe Steve, but even the end, like, he was, like, the favorite child. Like, you can kind of see how he got to be how he was. Like I said, with Arthur was always just kind of, he was there, but, like, yeah, they just keep him off to the side just so he doesn't break anything important.
You can see through his you can see through to his good nature though, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
Once again, animation was good,
Yeah.
and art style actually helps the film to stand out.
Yeah.
Guess Chris as well. James McAvoy proves that Mr. Thomason from Narnia.
Yep.
Bill Nighy delivers something delivers an admittedly amusing character.
Yep. Hero was great as Steven, but for the more modern stuff, like definitely the whole cynical thing definitely had some house vibes to it.
Broadband would certainly work if they were. Broadband would certainly work if Britain takes up the mantle. Britain takes up another cloud film. Stilton in her second urban roll out of 3.
Yep.
Also surprisingly fits. Lower landing works in terms of the system. Payload also fits another elderly. Nice work from Cusick at the circus. In the helper department. So yeah, I can certainly agree with a lot of people that this definitely deserves to be a, one of those modern classics.
Yeah. Okay, let's see now. I had to do a quick go over of the last minute run through of the news sheet during the credits, but yeah, so here we go. So, an audio drama that will serve as a continuation of Batman the Animated Series is in the works. Like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting because yeah, Batman the Animated Series was really good. I mean, in general, the DC animated universe was really good. So anything that keeps that going is really good. Here's hoping it'll have the same quality as the original.
I imagine, I imagine it'll be piecing things together between some point in Bruce's time to beyond.
Yeah. Let's see now. Looking for the bold and italic uh, entries. I should have thought of like a different way to do that, but whatever. Yeah, because I missed one on the way down. So we got the first poster and trailer for Side 2, and yeah, looks pretty good. We even have the original, well, current video game voice actor for Tails reprising the role, as opposed to some other celebrity. So good on them for that. Of course, we still have Idris Elba as Knuckles, and yeah, it looks interesting. I guess I haven't seen the first film. I need to get around to doing that. It's been a long year. But yeah,
Naturally, my interest increased. Naturally, my interest increased. Still haven't quite got. Still haven't quite gotten around to. Still haven't quite gotten around to the. Pre-purchase ticket. Still haven't quite gotten to a pre-purchase tickets, but that might be my Kickstarter for returns, so to speak.
yeah. But yeah, it looks like I believe there was a glimpse of, I believe the Master Emerald. Could have been Chaos Emerald, but given Knuckles' involvement, probably the Master Emerald. Though when we get the Chaos Emeralds, that's the thing. Let's say they've already been introduced at this point. Like I said, I haven't seen the first film.
I have a feeling it's. I have a feeling it's classic portrayal. Like they were all green in some. They were all green originally before they filled the spectrum.
Yeah. Or if it is the Chaos Emerald, it could just be the green one.
Also of note, glad that post-credit scene in the first one didn't go to waste, at least from a technical standpoint, because I heard she was also in that.
Yeah. I did read about that when reading about the upcoming film. And again, also good on them for not just casting some other celebrity. Like, voice actors deserve respect too. So, Cowboy Bebop's been canceled already. Only took them 3 weeks. Oof. And, let's... Oh, wait, let me check something. And, there's some other bad news for Cowboy Bebop fans, but we'll get into that later. But, yeah, oof. And, okay, I've heard mixed things about the movie series, but still, after only 3 weeks, ooh, that, yeesh, that got hurt.
I also seem to remember knowing that knowing it's had a bit of mixed knowing it's had a bit of a mixed reputation, and interestingly, the first Sonic trailer reaction was one of the things I can think of in terms of comparison, like
Yeah,
like the original.
yeah.
Another rare time they actually managed to act fast.
Hmm. So Tom Holland says that he pitched an idea for Spider-Man 4 to Sony, but says that killing people the idea might be ruining the movie. So he's gonna keep that to himself. Like, okay, yeah, he might have good ideas that if, hopefully they might be willing to listen. Then again, Sony executives, when do they listen to other people? Well, executives in general, really.
And we'll see. Kind of surprised you didn't. Another one above it, in which a Twitch streamer was cast into the next Hotel Transylvania film.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, Ninja. I never really followed the guy. I've heard mixed. Was it him that I heard mixed things about? I don't remember. Like I said, I haven't really paid attention to him. Yeah, apparently, Twitch streamer Ninja has been cast in Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. Uh, Good for him.
Certainly feels like a step up, given that usually it's not someone who's become internet famous, basically.
Yeah. So, apparently a UK version of SNL is in the works at Sky. Okay, I do like some British humor from time to time, so there's a chance that could work. So, good luck to them on that. Hope it goes well. You know, I might see if I'll check it out a few bits because you just know someone will put them up on YouTube.
It's really be interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with, since usually it's America that's the one that takes British show, British shows and works works out something for American audiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just sometimes it's just American American voices people. Other times could be that. Other times could be adaptation.
Yeah, sometimes it goes well, sometimes not so much. But that's a general thing for adaptations. Like, some things just work with like a certain way where others don't really adapt well. SNL is definitely what I can definitely see working well for them. John Legend is producing a modern-day musical reimagination of The Phantom of the Opera titled Phantom that is set in New Orleans. Like, okay, could work. There's been modern adaptations of other musicals, so it could potentially work.
My only question is how will the book fans take it, seeing as though since certainly we're certainly still have quite a lot to remember in terms of one video that addressed both musical fans as well as the book.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. You know, once we have like an idea of like the plot, because obviously there's going to be some changes to go with the more modern aesthetic. Yeah, we'll see.
Here's another one I actually wish you highlighted. Apparently there is two different cuts of the Patterson Batman film. One certain actor, one without. Final test screening that occurred last week had which
Yeah, that
version?
one's. Yeah, that one's like. Okay, admittedly, it's like. I'm very in on the DC live action film thing. Like, I mean, it could be good. Don't get me wrong. Like, it could be a really good film. But I don't know.
My concern at this point is whether both versions will eventually be shown to the public, given the things going on nowadays between Snyder Cuts, the Suicide Squad Director's Cut, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and knowing that, and they probably try to find a way to make it so they're both canon. Because you just know, they're gonna try to quickly chase the whole multiverse thing. So, speaking of superhero films, yeah, Tom Holland says it's on the cards to switch Peter Parker from mentee to mentor. Like, okay, I definitely think of the multiverse role and maybe bring in Miles. That would be a good, you know, good character development. Uh, like as Iron Man was once a mentor to him, so will he be a mentor to another.
And by extent, Doctor Strange.
True. But yeah, if they go that role, if they go that route, I could definitely see that working.
Seems they haven't gone certain routes, so I don't think anyone will build it. So I don't think anyone will be. Too questioning of the idea.
Yeah. And today, what we heard, there's 3 more films, so it, after that point, if they do introduce another Spider-Man, he can still keep doing films, but not like in the spotlight role. You know? Like,
Sporting cast, that would definitely. Sporting cast, that
yeah.
certainly. It's a good direction to take.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that, to seeing that, if they go that route. So, the creators of Avatar The Last Airbender are developing a new animation style that blends traditional 2D with CG elements for their future projects at Avatar Studios. Like, okay, that's interesting. Like, we know they do good work, and yeah, that's I think it'll be interesting to see. Like, hopefully that goes well for them. And who knows, maybe we can get some more Avatar projects in the future.
Interestingly, it was Tron Uprising that was the first first in the kind of style they're looking for. First in the kind of style they're looking for I could think of, but then I remembered there was also the short Paper Man and the first Spider-Verse film.
Yeah.
It'll soon be interesting to see how that works for them.
Yeah. So the sixth one is more of a niche interest. Uh, but yeah, Media Blasters has teased some Kamen Rider licenses. Mostly it's like I believe it was the Showa era spin-off stuff, like Shin Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider Zero, and Kamen Rider J, as well as the next and the first. But yeah, like if it leads them doing some more Kamen Rider releases, that would be great. Like, of course, we had the Super Sentai series going on, like the was it? Yeah, like the Japanese Power Rangers thing going on for a while. Though I think they may have stopped at one point, at a certain point. But yeah, that was going on for a while. I think the main issue with those is that the subtitles were kind of iffy. But yeah, that if it leads to more official releases in English for the series, I'm all for that.
I can definitely remember this. I can definitely remember this. One person talking about a fan crossover, fan crossover. So now that so they know that's a thing. So now I know that's so since then I know this a thing has a base. So
Yeah. So we finally found out
yes,
what the yeah. Sorry. So we finally found out what the upcoming Atlas game release is. It's Persona 4 Arena Ultimax for PS4, Switch, and Steam next March. Like, okay, I guess. I mean, it does have a story mode, and I mean, it is actually the sequel to the first Arena game. The Steam page did mention having like stuff from the first Arena, though whether it's like a kind of recap movie thing or actually being able to play through the first game, I don't know. If it's that last one, that'd be great. But it just feels kind of weird to release the sequel, support the sequel, but not like the first one. I don't know, but okay, I guess. I mean, I was really hoping for Persona 5 Royal, but I guess I'm still keeping that around on as an excuse for me to keep my PS4 around. Because I think that's still one of the few games that are exclusive. And speaking of game ports, yeah, the PS5 edition version of Final Fantasy VII Remake is being ported to the Epic Game Store on the 16th. Yeah, it's like, exclusivity deal. They're probably gonna have to wait a year to get it on Steam. I might just double dip it in this case. Like with Kingdom Hearts, it's already been in like 3/4 of a year. I think it was in was it March or hold on. When was it released on the Epic Game Store? Yeah, March. So yeah, just have to wait a couple more months, and theoretically, it should hopefully come to Steam.
speaking somewhat of the PlayStation, confirmation confirmation of VP firing after a video posted accusing him of let's just say that if you remember Ubisoft allegations.
Yeah.
On a similar note, Harassed active Blizzard employee holds press conference to demand apology as well as money.
Mm-hmm.
Devs announced the work stoppage and strike fund. And only the executive was able to please don't unionize.
Yeah, good luck with that. Ooh, apparently Uncharted Legacy of Thieves comes with a free ticket to the for the Tom Holland movie. Like, okay, not bad. I mean, that'd be really great if, this wasn't 2021 and, the current state of things. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot to get me into a movie theater these days.
I imagine certain things. I imagine they'd be also remind you of certain things. Also remind you of certain things in public places.
Yeah.
So it looks the store events this week includes retros. Seems the first batch of Hitch figures have been shipped.
Nice.
New Hallmark ornaments, according to some people, apparently using the same mold as a previous Rainbow Dash ornament.
You know how it is with pony merchandise. They just love reusing models.
Smash and Fashion Sunset. Wave 2 Pony Friends. Place code 5 below.
Yeah.
G5 plaster painting kits. Be Pinky, wrapping papers back. Second wave of secret rings. And this is for an umbrella.
Yeah.
Magical Maze activity and I, c- I can rebook that. I can rebook events, make rough, and I can skip Bosca. Ledger, which previously worked with IDW. G5 is also appearing on Beck School Supplies in Singapore.
Nice.
I've been apparently getting pony biscuits.
Yeah.
G5 will be getting the pest dispenser treatment. So definitely will be looking out for one of those. Famous plushies have been listed in the UK. There's also a Thai website with gumball machines, bobbleheads, amongst some. Portable playhouse, similar to how they used to package Build-A-Bears. And I think those are dog tags. Actually, dexterous. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much fantasy stuff this week, but bit of a callback to Pentagon Holland from character design from the character designer, as well as a few concepts.
Hmm.
Certainly glad they managed to pivot away from just reimagining classic characters.
Mm-hmm.
Seems apparently a 10 track was used as a placeholder music from the score of Inside Out.
Yeah.
Interesting little bonus bits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, discussions just whether a royal monument to be about that from a Studio One Kyoto site.
Yeah. Did we cover this? This feels familiar. Like, apparently a live-action Scooby-Doo reboot is in development at HBO Max. Huh. Oh, never mind. Apparently the source might not be completely reliable. Never mind. Uh, my bad.
Strange.
I mean,
Strange. I don't think I listed that.
no, I'm looking at my website. Like,
Uh,
yeah, okay, definitely need, like, okay, from that website, I don't bother. Well, not the website I'm looking at, but the website that they linked to. So yeah, forget about that last one. But for some reason, that headline seems kind of familiar. Like, wait, didn't we already talk about that at some point? I don't know why.
on something about on something about on something a bit more legit. Falcon Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier director to replace Penny Jenkins as director Cleopatra, starring Gail Gadot. Jenkins will produce, which will help her in terms of Wonder Woman 3 and Rogue Squadron.
Okay.
Another one I'm surprised didn't highlight, given the his own holiday special that will be on sometime this month. Holland, Holland confirmation to play Fred Astaire in a biopic.
Ah. Uh, yeah, I saw that one. Just wasn't, sure which one or who or whatever. Like, Fred Astaire. Who's that?
Like I, like I said, he stars. Like I said, he stars in a Ring and Mess holiday special. Not quite sure exactly what the schedule is for that, but
Hmm. Although apparently, Astaire stated as well that, yeah, he didn't want anyone to do something like that about him. So, whoops.
A lot of situations haven't ended up in something like that.
Yep.
How this slipped under the radar is unknown, but apparently Dinklage got a singing role in the film version of Cyrano.
Mm-hmm.
Good I did. Let's start with that.
Just need to check something. At least I know that it's working now. You had to switch earbuds. And that's why I don't use both of them at the same time.
There we go. Our almost forgot. Tuesday night action. I had to skip this week and play earlier today. Speed, Caravan, Henson were Florida winners, and Jensen and Subaru were series champs. Faust in the top 6 on both accounts. And on a similar note, for this spin was this year's approved by Grand Prix winner as well as this year's F1 World Champion. And our Final Cut bases we conclude Dennis O'Brien, manager George Harrison, and film producer for Life of Brian. Mother to Lauren Tiss, Hannibal producer.
Oh, you already added that one. I was like, oops. I didn't see you had number 7 up there already. Because it was kind of recent, so Oops.
Scott Page, Pector, VA television producer, Power Rangers.
Mm.
Mitsuki Umiura, League Architect, NES, SNES. Medina Spirit, this year's Kentucky Derby winner. Can't help but wonder if this has a relation to drug controversy that happened shortly afterwards.
Ooh.
Oh wait, it's on repeat.
Yeah. And Rice, Vampire Chronicles. Like, if you're into vampires, you probably know Anne Rice. Yeah, I accidentally added Anne Rice again to the list because I didn't see it like as far up as it was. Because I remember like, okay, that was kind of recent, so it might not be on the list yet. Like, then here we are. It's like it's in the middle.
That explains it. I thought I had put th- things up there, including a TV show that apparently she had something to do with. Why We Heart Vampires.
Yeah. Michael Nesmith, Monkeys, which that kind of hurts because I was actually talking about him with my dad the other week. Yeah, we were watching some of his stuff on YouTube, in particular, some like the sketches and music videos from his movie and TV show, Elephant Parts and Television Parts, respectively. It's like, ooh, and it's like, God, I really want to find our copy of Elephant Parts because I swear we have it. I have it somewhere. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's out of print and it's kind of expensive. So yeah, I really want to find that because it's a good movie. Lots of funny bits and good music videos. Yeah, yeah, that one kind of hurt. Why is that matter though?
David Leslie, who seems to have found associated acts with James Taylor, Bonnie Raitt, and Bette Midler.
Hmm.
Allenson Sr., Hall of Fame, four-time Indianapolis 500 winner, IndyCar champ, 83-85. So that marks a 2-1 for that family. My condolences.
Mm-hmm.
Vigant Fernandez, Mexican musical icon. Keiko, Nub, Umoto. Right around Tokyo Godfather's cover bebop, and also Creative Wolf's Reign.
Yeah, that was the other oof for Cowboy Bebop fans that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, not a good week for them. Yeah, art is looking very good, very, what was it?
Given everything that posted one of my burning gun photos in particular, a guy that both particular guy named particular one of our colleagues minus one to 1 point.
Yeah.
Kind of ended up losing to I don't quite think we have a certain character in that style yet.
Yeah. Yeah, art looks good. Um, yeah,
Right. Stand the guy to gun that for hard. Stand the gun that for hard. Feeling again for thing. What what is what I can agree on is a Christmas classic.
mhm.
Probably not going to get the same thing with our next piece, piece of the piece of land, which so elements style wise, it's a little. Elements style wise, it's a bit on the certain side, but given given I definitely remember it from way back when, as well as a fact I wasn't able to squeeze in as much. Thanks for the shadows, I would think. we'll need at least put a few things in that. So, until the 18th. Stay safe, see how I'll get fixed. Get boosted. And hopefully we will see you next week. Take care.